is the one you're going to see. So it's a freeze frame, fabulous background. Right, okay, let me clear some space and all systems go. I'm itching to see this one come to life.
Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my plastic here. I have one already stamped out, but I'll just show you so that you can see, because sometimes this solvent-based ink takes a little bit of time to dry. So I'm using a Stays-On pad here. Yeah. And I tap my fish in the ink. Yeah. And then just stamp it very carefully on the plastic. I don't want to rock or move my stamp, because then it'll smudge.
Actually, can I just get these tiny trays out the way?
Oh,
Let me
yes,
just move
sorry.
them to one side. Now, these tiny... I've got to talk about the tiny trays again. Look at this. The tiny trays, every one of them is ready. But because they all stack into each other, it's still all neat and pristine, and you don't have to worry. If you knocked it, the whole world wouldn't fall out of your tiny trays, would they?
That's right.
I love your tiny trays. Right, I think I've just stacked them a bit too tightly there.
That's okay.
That's it. Right. Okay, so this window plastic that you've got here, this is actually heat embossable. It's not going to buckle.
That's right. You can emboss this as well. Yeah. But because today we're working a little bit faster, I wanted to use the solvent-based permanent ink.
And also, they're separated with little sheets of tissue paper.
Yes.
Keep those.
And that's just to keep the plastic from scratching.
Yeah. But we'll use those.
We'll use that later on.
Yay, I knew we would.
Okay.
Right.
Now, from the back side, I'm going to use these Marvy metallic markers.
Lovely.
And what's great about the metallic markers is that they're opaque. So they dry on the plastic, and then you can... they dry on the back of the plastic, and you can't see through them.
Yeah,
so
lovely.
I'm just going to kind of put that
now, I know
color on here.
I know we've bought you these before, so you know where to look and see what we've got.
And we've got the blue here.
Yeah.
Just kind of make sure that you color in.
Okay.
And I'm just coloring very quickly.
Doesn't take long, does it?
Doesn't take very long.
And you don't have to be that neat, because they're retro, and things used to overprint in the past, didn't they?
That's right.
And I'm not sure if the metallics are on the web for you, but I know that there are a range of the Marvy markers there for you with lots and lots of different colours for you to choose from.
Just
I
pop
like
in.
this.
Oh, I forgot the blue up here at the top. A little bit of blue.
Yeah. I love the fact that you don't have to be too neat, because for me that really works well.
It's great. You just have to stay in the lines somewhat.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's set this aside to dry while we're cutting our frame.
Because that would normally take how long to dry, do you think?
Oh, this would probably take about maybe 3 to 4 minutes to dry.
Oh, not long then?
Not very long.
Okay.
Okay, while that's drying, let's move this aside. I'm going to cut out my frame here. And again, I'm going to use my ruler and my knife.
As your own aperture maker. I like this.
And you're going to open up, and let me pull the paper out of the way here for a second.
Oh, now you do realise it's mat time. You know where to look. See, now I love the fact that you can actually count through as well from the centre. It really is a good ruler.
It has a zero finder.
Yeah.
There's the zero. And then you just match up the numbers on either side so that you know you're in the center.
But this is a real crafter's ruler. It's not just using any old ruler.
Exactly.
This has been designed for all crafts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now this little railroad track here, that's 2 centimeters. So this is how big the frame is.
Lovely.
And every line going horizontal, or vertical actually, that's another 2 centimeters. So I start at the 2 centimeter line, and I pull across, and I end 2 centimeters from the edge. And I just keep turning.
That is such a good idea. You'd be giving somebody a central measurement. Yeah.
Makes it so much easier to cut a frame out.
Okay.
Just keep working, just keep turning. And again, pull across, right up against that steel edge.
Yeah.
And then my last line is very easy. Again, I'm lining up on that railroad track there because I already have my points cut.
I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but who'd have thought developing a ruler with a central mark would make making crafting so much easier? It shows you. Well, you've been crafting since forever. When did you meet the Stamp Addicts sisters? Because you know them a long time.
We met them in 1995, so it's been a while since we've known them.
You've worked with them quite some time.
Yes, we've worked with them for a long time.
I love them. I just like looking upwards for a change.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're good people, aren't they?
Oh,
Right.
they're great. Now, what I'm going to do next is I've got this piece here that this is a laminating sheet. And
even this is heat embossable.
this is heat embossable, so if I wanted to emboss the front here, I can emboss that.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add some of my rocks and some of my beads.
Let me clear a little bit of space.
And I'm going to put this back on the little sticky thing so you could see the color. And I'm just going to apply some of the rocks, or excuse me, these are the beads.
They're the micro beads, aren't
These are the micro beads. And the rocks here.
Actually, let's just give you the details of these rocks because I think they're superb. It's the JudiKins rocks and beads. Now, you've got choices here. 1560 gets you a set of either the pinks or the metals or the blues and greens. But I've just noticed you've used a bit of metals and a bit of blues and greens in there. Is that right?
Right, because I want this to match my fish.
Lovely,
Okay.
lovely, lovely.
The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my fish.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it color side down. And you notice I did not put the rocks right up to the edge here.
No, wise.
And that way I could seal the rocks and the beads right in between the two pieces of plastic.
Lovely. So that's it. I mean, it's like an updated version of a shaker. Because I know this sounds really silly, but the only thing that annoys me about a shaker card is that when you stand it up, everything falls to the bottom.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Now, because I've got some of the sticky parts showing, I could just attach that right
and it's
into
all ready
my
to
card.
go.
So that's the first part of it. But this looks a little bit messy here. So I actually cut out another frame, and I would put that in like this to finish off the card.
Beautifully.
And I would use the trio tape for that.
Yeah, superb.
And finally, I need to stamp in some of my little seaweed here.
Okay.
Or we call this a funky vine.
A funky vine. So you'd be able to use that for anything, wouldn't you?
Oh, it's great. You can add flowers to this and make it a floral vine.
I always love things that you can use in more way than one. And I know all our crafters do at home. I don't think I've even said hello. Hello, crafty people. Here we are. I don't know how we're far through the show. Forgot my manners. I'm so sorry, but I was so excited, A, to have Judi from JudiKins here with us. B, I'll let you into a secret. In the gallery upstairs, which is several floors up, where all the clever people that tell you what to do sit, there's not only your husband, Rob, but there's also the Stamp Addicts up there. Hello.
Hello.
They can't see us. They're three floors up. Right. So are you finished?
That's finished.
You're done. I'm sorry, I was chin-wagging too much. So if we just lift this up, have a look at what you've got. I like freeze frame. I'm going to be recommending freeze frame to lots of people. Isn't that fab?